Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Well, sure, I'm glad you're there. You know why? No, really, do you know why? Because I don't know.
Because she
Because she. And it's Monopoly Night in America. Let's not even hold this thing up because there's a good chance Travis will fall asleep before the intro is over with. So let's get straight into it in 3, 2, 1.
Yes, Monopoly, the world's most popular board game, is now Monopoly, the TV game. And here come the players. The red player, Poot, the gold player, John, and the green player, Scott.
Here comes Mr. Monopoly, Jason Myers.
And please welcome our host,
Third person.
Thank you very much there, Travis Coulter, and welcome back, everybody, once again to another episode of Monopoly Night in America, coming to you live from Grandma Studios, which is, of course, inside of the MVG production house. It is so good to be back with you guys once again here. We are up to our 20th episode of the season. We are on that back straightaway, getting close to our regular season finale and to move into our Tournament of Champions. And speaking of champions, we've got one hell of a champion standing in front of us right now. He's behind the red podium. He is looking tonight to win his 8th game in a row, and he currently sits with $886,201 on the season. Please welcome back Rudy Poot McVay.
It's time to play the game yet? I'm up.
Well, Poot, you are back again. We just continue talking about your accomplishments this season. Again, you're on a 7-game win streak. In this 7-game win streak, you had 3 games in a row to where you won the bonus game. And currently you're on a 3-game streak to where you have not won the bonus game. So Is tonight the night that we flip back to not only winning the game, but winning a bonus game? Do you not make it that far? What happens tonight?
You know, I am not 100% certain. We're going to find out how things go tonight. But if I do go back to the bonus game again, let's just hope I can make it around the board this time.
Well, that would definitely be something that you would want to hope for. So you've been taking out pretty much anyone and everyone, no matter how good or maybe how not so good of a player they are. Is there any strategy that you have that goes into your gameplay?
Basically, just be quick on the button, be accurate with the answers, and hope that I get enough monopolies to be landed on in the big money round. That's all I can say.
Well, and hey, that right there by itself is strategy enough. Well, we're going to wish you the best of luck as you get into this one here tonight, because again, you have got a good one in front of you. Now, these are players that you have taken down at least once during this run. We'll see what happens here as we, of course, meet the gold player first. He is currently sitting in 8th place overall this season with a season total of $6,815. Please welcome back Kitty Bergman's baby boy, John Bergman. John, good to have you back here on Monopoly once again.
Hey, the pleasure is all mine. And don't worry about Kitty Bergman. She is in the attic with a whole bunch of wine, and she's watching the tribute to Jim Perry. So,
well, that should keep her busy at least for a little bit. At least we hope so.
Exactly.
So yeah, John, as we were sitting there just saying, man, you're in 8th place right now, which is a good place to be. That means you are in that top rung of players that would be making on the Tournament of Champions at the moment. But if you could somehow slip in here and win tonight, you could find yourself starting to climb the ranks, maybe even starting to push towards that top 5.
Absolutely. I'm very what can I say? It's
aroused.
well, always with you. I mean, it used to be Jack Norris, but then of course I got help. And now just seeing you. Oh, cottage cheese. Sorry about that. No, I was just gonna say that everybody. I know it's gonna be a good game because I've seen McVay play. Everybody, he is quick. He knows his trivia. Scott Michaels right next to me. Everybody, he is also fantastic. I'm just gonna do the best I can. So.
Well, and that's all you can do. And would you say that it would be fair, John, that when you realized that you were having problems with your obsession with Jack Nars, that your therapist said, "Oh, now you see it."
He also told me to concentrate too, and I can get his 7 keys to heaven. Anyway,
well, if you concentrate hard enough, juice comes out.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so
clean up on all 4.
4, 7, and 9. Yeah, so of course, John, we will wish you the best of luck tonight as you make a run here at Poot himself as we go over and meet the final opponent here. He is making his 6th appearance here on the stage this season. He's already as well went down to Poot just a few episodes ago. Welcome back, the flat broke kid himself, Scott Michaels. So, Scott, the last time that you were here with us, back in episode 18, so just a couple episodes ago, you went up against Poot, and you had another very formidable opponent that was there trying to help take him down, and you, for one of the few times ever that I've seen, were absolutely annihilated. What's going to be different tonight?
I've slept since the last time.
Well, that's good, because especially since it's been 2 weeks.
I guess I know what I'm up against now since Sephi has gone on this run, because it feels like every single game he's only getting stronger and faster. So I need to try to outplay how strong and fast he is. So hoping in mine and Sephi's technical rubber match, I can come out on top.
Well, let's just hope this rubber doesn't break.
We don't want an 18-year mistake.
Well, so yeah, and I will remind everybody here, this is our 20th episode. Poot McVay is now been on 14 of those 20 episodes this season due to the sheer number of wins that he has had. So if that is not enough for our contestants tonight to dribble down at least one of their thighs, then I don't know what will do it. So best of luck to all of our players. Of course, now is the time that we're going to go in and do a quick buzzer check. So Poot, of course, you know how your buzzer works. John and Scott. All right, fantastic. Well, let's get ourselves into it here as we, of course, start with the acquisition phase of our game. We are going to be making one full trip around the board, stopping at each of our colored properties. You'll notice at the bottom of that colored property, there is a dollar amount. I ask you a trivia question, get it correct, I'll give you that dollar amount. Get it wrong, however, and you're going to lose money, and the other 2 players will have an opportunity to guess. If nobody gets it correct, we're going to cut the value in half one time and one time only until someone gets the question correct. Once we've made it through all of the properties in that color group, if somebody owns them all, we're going to turn them their podium color and give them some extra special bonus money. And if it's owned by multiple players, we'll have a showdown round. So let's get into it here as we start with our brown property group. And we are with Mediterranean Avenue, which is worth $60. Which snacks are named for the clergyman who invented them to cure lust? Scott.
Twinkies.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 60. Poot or John? John?
Pretzels.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 60 as well. Poot?
I don't think I want to try this one.
All right. Of course, that's going to be graham crackers. Graham crackers.
Aww.
Oh,
All right, we cut that property down in half now to $30. The Egyptian Museum in Berlin houses the limestone bust of what ancient queen of Egypt? And that's Scott.
Cleopatra.
No, I'm sorry, it's going to cost you 30. I'll finish. No, I won't, John.
Nefertiti.
Nefertiti is correct. $30 to you takes you to negative 30, and you have one brown property. Now we go to Baltic Avenue, worth 60. According to Jerry Falwell's National Liberty Journal, what Teletubby was reported to be a gay role model? Poot?
Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky is correct. $60 to you takes you to 60. And we are ready for a showdown between Poot and John. Whoever gives me the first correct answer will take the Monopoly. What is the only New England state without an Atlantic coastline? Poot.
Vermont.
Vermont is correct, and you have taken the brown property group. Let's turn those red. Give you $120 of combined value, taking you up to $180. We now go to our light blue properties. First up, Oriental Avenue, worth 100. Everybody's playing. In geography, which major river touches 6 countries on its way from the Swiss Alps to the Dutch North? And that's Poot.
Oh, God. I know.
That's going to cost you 100. From the Swiss Alps to the Dutch, John?
The Danube River.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 100. I'll finish for you, Scott. So from the Swiss Alps to the Dutch North Sea coast.
I have a guess, but I don't want to risk it.
It's the Rhine.
Right, yeah.
All
The
right.
other river.
We cut that property value in half down to $50. What charity group, founded by Reverend Edgar Helms, has more than 1,700 stores nationwide? Poot.
Goodwill.
Goodwill is correct. $50 to you takes you to 130. That's one light blue. Next up, Vermont Avenue for 100. According to the Latin phrase in vino veritas, one can find truth in what? John.
Wine.
Wine is correct. $100 to you takes you to negative 30. One for John, one for Poot. Next up, Connecticut Avenue for 120. In math, a store that stays open 24 hours a day is open how many hours per week? Scott. I'm sorry, it's going to cost you 120. Poot.
168.
168 is correct. 120 to you takes you to 250. All right, we're ready for another showdown here. Poot needs one correct answer, and John Poot needs one, John needs two. Let me get that straight. The name of which brand of toy trucks is the Sioux Indian word? Poot.
Tonka.
Tonka is correct, and you have taken the light blue property group. Let's turn it red and give you $320 of combined value, which takes you up to $570. We now go on to 2nd Street. We're with our magenta properties. We start with St. Charles Place, worth 140. In the book of Genesis, Noah's Ark measured 300 by 50. Poot?
Cubits.
Cubit is correct. 140 to you takes you to 710. Next up, States Avenue for 140. In politics, the British Parliament is composed of the Sovereign, the House of Lords, and what legislative body? John.
The House of Commons.
House of Commons is correct. 140 to you takes you to 110. One for Poot, one for John. Now we go to Virginia Avenue for 160. In sports, who was the first baseball player ever paid $100,000 a season? Scott.
Babe Ruth.
No, sorry, cost you 160. Poot or John? Was married to Marilyn Monroe. Jolton Joe DiMaggio. All right, we're going to cut that property in half now, down to 80. Albert Einstein rejected an offer in 1952 to become... John?
Israel.
Israel is correct. $80 to you takes you to 190. We are ready for another showdown. Poot, this time you do need 2. John, you only need 1. The computer language Fortran was named by combining what 2 words? Formula translator.
Oh.
In movies, who directed Goodfellas? Poot.
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese is correct. That's 1 for you. You need 1 more. An act of Congress in 1963 allowed whose portrait to be replaced by John F. Kennedy's on John?
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin is correct. And John, you have taken the magenta property group. Let's turn it yellow or gold and give you $440 of combined value, taking you up to $630. We now move over to our orange properties. Start with St. James Place with 180. What U.S. Commonwealth celebrates its discovery by Christopher John?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is correct. 180 to you takes you to 810. You have 1 orange. Next up, Tennessee Avenue for 180. Which legendary basketball player turned professional with the name Lou Alcindor? John?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is correct. 180 to you takes you to 990. You have 2 orange. Now we go to New York Avenue worth 200. Which country singer was the subject of the movie Coal Miner's Daughter? Poot.
Loretta Lynn.
Loretta Lynn is correct. 200 to you. You're at 910. All right, another showdown, Poot. Once again, you need 2. John, you need 1. Which country's parliament, the Althing, is the world's oldest, having been established in 930 AD? That would be Iceland.
Oh.
Iceland. All right, next up. Which star of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air TV series had a... John?
Will Smith.
Will Smith is correct. And John, you have taken the orange property group. Let's turn that one gold and give you $560 of combined value, which takes you up to $1,550. We now turn on to 3rd Street with our red properties. We start with Kentucky Avenue worth 220. In music, which grunge band's first album was called Bleach? John?
Nirvana.
Nirvana is correct. 220 to you takes you to 1770. Next up, Indiana Avenue for 220. In the 1980s, what Super Bowl winning football team produced the Super Bowl Shuffle? Poot.
Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears is correct. 220 to you takes you to 1130. 1 for Poot, 1 for John. Now we go to Illinois Avenue worth 240. In education, which Ivy League university has its main campus in New York City? John, in time.
Dartmouth.
No, I'm sorry. Cost you 240. Scott or Poot?
Mm-mm.
That would be Columbia.
Oh.
All right. We cut the property in half now to 120. In the animal kingdom, a vixen is a female of and that's Poot.
Vixen is a fox.
Fox is correct. 120 to you takes you to 1250. All right. That means this time we've got Poot with 2 and John with 1. So John, I need 2 correct answers. Poot, you only need 1. Scott, does your buzzer work? Fantastic. All right, here we go. In geography, where would you find the countries of Mayo and Donegal? John?
Ireland.
Ireland is correct. That's 1 for you. You need 1 more. In music, what is the last name of country singing sisters Louise Poot?
Mandrell.
Mandrell is correct, and Poot, you have taken the red property group. Let's turn it red, like it needs to be any more red. Give you $608 of combined value, and you're up to $1,930. We now go to our yellow properties. starting with Atlantic Avenue, worth $260. Founded in 1924, what department store's name includes the street of its Poot?
Macy's?
No, I'm sorry, going to cost you $260. I'll finish the question. What department store's name includes the street of its New York City address?
I know it now.
John.
Saks.
I will accept that. Saks Fifth Avenue is correct. 260 to you, takes you to 1790. Next up, Ventnor Avenue for 260. What M as in Michael is a bottle size used for wine or Scott?
Methuselah.
No, I'm sorry. Cost you 260. I'll finish the question. No, I won't. Poot?
Merlot?
No, I'm sorry. Cost you 260. John, I'll read the whole question for you. What M as in Michael is a bottle sized used for wine or champagne that holds 2/5 of a gallon?
Of course.
That would be a Magnum. Magnum. All right, we cut the property value in half down to 130. Who was the U.S. president before John F. Kennedy? Scott.
Nixon.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
Cost you 130. Oh, whoops. There we go. Now it's right. John.
Dwight Eisenhower.
Eisenhower's correct. 130 to you, takes you to 1920. You have 2 yellows. Next up, Marvin Gardens for 280. In geography, the surface of which sea is the lowest point on Earth? John.
The Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea is correct. 280 to you for that. Takes you to 2200. And you already own all of the yellow, so let's turn them gold and give you $800 of combined value, which takes you up to $3,000. We now turn on to 4th Street. We're in our green property groups, and we're at, sort of a specific avenue. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Pacific Avenue. $300 players. Here's your question. The Tar Heels is the nickname of which universities? John?
North Carolina.
North Carolina's correct. 300 to you, takes you to 3,300. Next up is North Carolina Avenue, the home of Brandon Scruggs, worth 300.
Oh, hi.
Yep. The motor manufacturer Volvo has its headquarters in what country? Scott?
Sweden.
Sweden is correct. 300 to you, takes you to
Hallelujah.
negative 460. One for John, one for Scott. Next up, the home of the president, Pennsylvania Avenue, worth 320. What actor won the Best Actor Oscar for his roles in Philadelphia and Forrest Gump? Poot?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is correct. 320 for you, takes you to 1730. Each one of you has a property here. So this showdown, 2 correct answers is what I need. They don't have to be consecutive, and then you get the monopoly. So here we go. First question. In business, what does the acronym AT&T stand for? John.
American Telephone and Telegraph.
American Telephone and Telegraph is correct. That's 1 for you. What author is acknowledged to have written the first mystery starring a fictional detective? Scott.
Christie?
No. John.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
No.
Oh.
Poot.
Wild guess. Mark Twain.
No, I'm sorry. It was Poe. Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh.
All right, next question. In music, what band was famous for the song Mr. Roboto? And that's Poot.
Styx.
Styx is correct. That's 1 for you. So 1 for Poot, 1 for John, and Scott's over there scratching his watch. In what city was the Battle of Bunker Hill fought? Scott.
Lost it.
Say it again.
I lost it.
Oh, lost it. John or Poot? Poot?
Boston.
Boston is correct, and Poot, you have taken the green property group.
I unintentionally almost said it.
Let's turn
that
it
on my ass.
red. Give you $920 of combined value, which takes you up to $2,650. We are now to our final property group of the acquisition phase, our dark blues. We start with Park Place, worth $350. In the animal kingdom, what color is a lobster's blood? Poot.
Blue.
Blue is correct. $350 takes you to $3,000. And now we are at our final property of the acquisition phase. It is Boardwalk, worth $400. In demographics, what country is the most populous democracy? Scott.
India.
India is correct. 400 to you takes you to negative
right.
60. We now have our final showdown between Poot and Scott. One correct answer takes the monopoly. Scott, you really could use this one as you don't have jack shit yet. In film, which Canadian comedy actor died during the filming of Wagons East? And that's Poot.
John Candy.
John Candy is correct, and you have taken the dark blues. Let's turn them red. Give you $750 of combined value, which takes you up to $3,750. And that sound means we are finished with the acquisition phase. Let's take a look at where we currently stand. Right now in third place is our green player, Scott Michaels. He has negative $60 and not a damn monopoly to his name. In second place is our gold player, John Bergman. He has 3 monopolies and $3,300. And in first place is our red player and current champion, Poot McVay. He has 5 monopolies and $3,750. Well, this is where we take our first commercial break, everybody. And as we do that, our players are going to be deciding how to use that money to make upgrades to their properties, doing houses and hotels. And when we come back, we have our 15-minute big money round to find out who's going to go on to play for up to $50,000 right here on Monopoly Night in America. Welcome back here to Monopoly, man. We have got a fantastic game going for you here tonight. We'll get it right eventually. Unlikely, but we'll try. So let's look at where things stand as we come back in here to this round. In third place is our green player, Scott Michaels. Still has negative $60 and still doesn't have a damn property. Still looking for his watch. In second place now is our champion, the red player, Poot McVay, with $500. And our gold player, John Bergman, has jumped up into the lead with $1,050. Well, this is one of my favorite times of the evening as we bring over the co-host with the most. He is the man with the plan. He is also the man that will give you a definition and leave you going, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Monopoly, Jason Jarrell Quantavious Myers.
I think I can count on my hands, your hands, and all of our players' hands how many times I've sent definitions and had people going, huh?
Do you know? I actually know the correct number on that.
Yes.
223.
There you go.
There you go. If you don't know where all those are at, just look in the hidden section. So yeah, Jason, like I said, we've got a really good game going here tonight, other than the fact that Scott Michaels is on the set and he's trying to find out if he can actually take his score backwards.
Well, you mentioned earlier he was scratching his watch. If he's still looking for his watch, what the hell has he been scratching this whole time?
Well,
You don't want to know. Anyway.
yeah,
Right.
let's just say that it rhymes with ingleberries. But in all seriousness here,
Cool.
right? But in all seriousness here, yeah, really good game going here. John is definitely giving Poot a run for his money.
Yeah, I was watching closely backstage and just seeing John and Poot go back and forth, trading blow after blow. It was like, oh, this is gonna be a good one. But then Poot had that big finish at the end, so I was like, maybe he'll win number 8, but John's gonna give him hell.
You know, that could have actually been the synopsis to a porn film, too. There was blow after blow until there was the big finish.
Yeah, it's called the Kitty Bergman Project.
Well, now you realize if you say her name 3 times, she shows up, right?
That's why I only said it once. We're not saying
Thank God. Don't say it again.
Do not say Kitty Bergman. Oh, crap, that's twice.
That's twice for you. Don't you say it 3 times.
No, please, because she'll appear in hot pants and go, macho man.
If she starts singing that song, does she come off the top rope and do a flying elbow?
I mean,
That's probably gonna be flying. It ain't gonna be the elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, some pasties.
Why? I was just gonna say, why do you think she got banned from the Playboy Mansion? You know, he was like, damn, this too.
Well, but yeah, with that, Jason, we'll let you go ahead and get set up with those dice. As of course we go over how our 15-minute big money round here works. Of course, I'll give you one guess how many minutes that we've got in this round. There's going to be somewhere between 14 and 16.
223.
And it will not be 223, that's for sure. But there may be some hidden ones, I don't know. But yeah, so we got 15 minutes here in our big money round. We're going to make as many trips around this board as we possibly can. As we are going around the board, we will be stopping at some of these properties, which of course our players spent their hard-earned money from the first round. $50 for each house on the property. Once they were able to build them up evenly and get 4 on there, they could then trade those in and spend an additional $50 to put a hotel on that property. And as you can see, as happens very often here, that whole board is out. So if we land on someone's property, we're going to ask that person and that person only a trivia question. If they get it correct, they are going to get the rent money based on the upgrade made to that property. If they get it incorrect, though, they won't lose money, but it does become a toss-up for the other 2 players. If one of them gets it, they're going to steal that rent money, but if they get it wrong, that is going to cost them and cost them dearly. Of course, we've got our other special space on the board, like our utilities, electric company and waterworks, where one roll, 100 times it. I heard a giggle. What did I say?
Nothing.
No, I thought I said something wrong. It wouldn't have surprised me.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure, you know. I'm sure anytime now we're going to hear Kevin Henry with his inflated sense of self.
Yeah, it's crazy laugh track.
Yeah, right. I'm sure right now he's snoring and thinking, I'm going to fuck up Turt's game.
Don't worry, he'll get here soon.
Well, I don't know. He may or may not, you know. Well, I'll just leave it at that. Of course, we've got a community chest and chance, which of course will probably bring about the ghost of the benevolent ass crack himself, Kevin Henry. And speaking of ass crack, I did just fart, if anybody heard it. We have got free parking up in the upper left-hand corner. There's currently $500 inside of that space. And of course, our lovely railroads. And Jason will tell you all aboard as you get one chance to potentially turn this game on its head. So with that being said, we're ready to get this thing going. Whenever Jason gives us our first roll and we move the pawn, that 15-minute timer gets started. So let's play the big money round.
Here we go. Good luck, players. Our first roll of the night is a 2 and a 4 for a 6.
So we're at Oriental Avenue.
And this question is headed to Seffi. It's worth $550.
All right, Poot. In baseball, which player holds the major league record for the most career hits?
I'm going to have to make a guess. Mark McGuire.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. I'm disappointing all of you. Died not too long back, not in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose. And I'm sure tomorrow morning after Kevin Henry's watched this, he will have something to say about that. All right, next roll.
Yeah.
I hope so.
6 and 1 for a 7.
And that takes us to States Avenue.
And this question goes to John instead of Poot. It's worth $750.
John, in television, the medical drama series ER was set in what American city?
Chicago.
Chicago is correct. $750 to you. Takes you to $1,800. Next roll.
5 and 3 for an 8.
And that takes us to Kentucky Avenue.
All right, Poot, let's try this again. There's $10.50 on the line this time.
Poot, in movies, what was the name of Dorothy's dog in The Wizard of Oz?
Toto.
Toto is correct. $1,050 to you. Takes you to $1,550. Next roll.
5 and 4 for a 9.
And we're going to jail. Each of the players are going to pay $50 to immediately get out. That goes in the free parking jackpot, which now stands at $650 as we have another roll.
5 and 4 for a 9 again.
That's going to take us over to New York Avenue.
And this question goes to John. It's worth an even $1,000.
John, in music, from what country did the rock band NXS originate?
Australia.
Australia is correct. 1,000 to you. Takes you to $2,750. Next roll.
6 and 1 for a 7.
And that's Atlantic Avenue.
All right, John, another question headed your way. This one's worth $11.50.
John, what John Hughes movie involves characters attending a Saturday morning detention?
The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club is correct. $11.50 takes you to $3,900. Next roll.
4 and 1 for a 5.
And that's Pacific Avenue.
All right, Poot, a question headed your way. This one's worth $12.75.
All right, Poot. The University of Michigan's main campus is located in which city?
Lansing?
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. John or Scott? That would be Ann Arbor.
Oh.
All right, next roll.
5 and 2 for a 7.
And that's going to take us to luxury tax. Tell us about it.
Sadly, players, I got to take even more money from you. This time I need 75 from each of you. Sorry.
All right, we put that in the free parking jackpot, which now stands at $875. Next roll.
4 and 1 for a 5.
So we are going to pass go. That's $200 for each player, which now has Scott Michaels in the positive at $15, and we've landed on Baltic Avenue.
And this question goes to Poot. Worth 450.
Poot, in sports, what championship-winning NBA team played in Minneapolis until 1960?
Oh, Lakers.
The Lakers, $450 goes over to you. $2,075. Next roll.
Well,
1 and 3 for a 4.
There we go.
Oh, and we have landed on Chance.
Chance! Oh my God! It's Chance!
And this chance card, sponsored by Kevin Henry, says go back 5 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh no!
It's community
Oh
chat.
no! Oh man!
Grandma,
forward
stop
5
pulling on a
spaces.
stick shift.
Right.
All right, and this community chest card says interest rate hike. Yellow player, you must pay 10% of your score. So that's going to be $402. We're going to take that from you, and we're going to add that to the free parking jackpot, which now makes that stand at $1,277. Next roll.
Under 10 minutes to go. 4 and 2 for a 6.
Vermont Avenue.
All right, Poot. Sorry.
Oh,
Says Poot.
Steffi.
Poot, Seffi, whatever. Here's a chance to close the gap between you and John. 550 on the line.
Let's just hope it's not Sniffy Poot. In television, what does the acronym BBC stand for?
British Broadcasting Company.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. Scott.
British Broadcasting Corporation.
British Broadcasting Corporation is correct. 550 to you. It takes you to 565. Next roll.
2 and 6 for an 8.
And that's St. James Place.
All right, John, a chance to extend your lead, boy. Here's 950.
John, the star sign Libra is represented by which symbol?
The scales.
Scales is correct. 950 to you. Takes you to 4573. Next roll.
1 and 5 for a 6.
And we've hit Chance.
No.
It's Chance! Oh my God! It's Chance!
All right. And this chance card says we're going to advance to Ventnor Avenue.
And Ventnor Avenue is owned by John, so there's another question headed your way. 1150 on the line.
John, in music, what is the name of Tina Turner's former husband and singing partner?
Ike Turner.
Ike is correct. 1150 to you. Takes you to 5723. Next roll.
1 and 3 for a 4.
And that's Pacific Avenue.
And this question goes to Poot. 1275 on the line.
Poot, what mail delivery group lasted only from April of 1860 to October 1861 and was considered a complete failure?
Pony Express.
Pony Express is correct. 1275 to you. Takes you to 3350. Next roll.
5 and 3 for an 8.
Oh boy.
And that's Boardwalk.
right, Poot, another question headed your way. This one's worth $2,000.
Poot, in the animal kingdom, what mammal gives birth to the largest baby?
The elephant.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up.
Horse.
That would be the blue whale.
Oh,
Dang.
dang.
All right, next roll.
6 and 3 for a 9.
We're passing go. That's going to get $200 going to the players, and we've landed on Vermont Avenue.
All right, Poot, let's try this again. There's only $5.50 on the line this time.
All right, Poot, in movies, what legendary artifact is Indiana Jones searching for in the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
Ah, the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail is correct. $5.50 to you takes you to $4,100. Another roll.
Oh, my favorite movie.
You got 1 and 3 for a 4.
That's the electric company.
That's one of our 2 utility properties, players. This question is worth $400, and it's open season.
Players, what is the capital of Saskatchewan province? John.
Regina.
Regina. $400 to you takes you to 6323. Yeah, everybody try to say that a couple times real fast. Next roll.
5 minutes remaining. You got a 2 and a 3 for a 5.
And that's community chest.
Yes, we love
Community chest! Community chest!
I regret nothing.
All right, this one says weekend convention passes. The green player is going to receive $200 from each opponent. So we take 200 from Poot, 200 from John, and that's going to give 400 to Scott, which takes him to 1165, and we have another roll.
4 and 5 for a 9.
And that's Atlantic Avenue.
And it's another question headed your way, John. It's worth $11.50.
John, in politics, to what nation did Alaska formerly belong?
Russia.
Russia is correct. 1150 to you takes you to 7273. Next roll.
4 and 1 for a 5.
Once again, Pacific Avenue.
And once again, the question headed to Poot. $12.75 again.
Poot, in professional boxing, how long is each round in a championship contest?
3 minutes.
3 minutes is correct. 1275 to you takes you to 5175. Next roll.
It's doubles. It's a 10.
That is going to take us past go. $200 to each player. And we've hit Mediterranean Avenue.
And another question headed your way, Poot. This one's only worth $2.50.
All right, Poot. In television, where would you find Oscar the Grouch?
On Sesame Street.
Sesame Street's correct. 250 to you takes you to 5625. Next roll.
5 and 6 for an 11.
And that takes us to Electric Company.
We're back on the utility property, players. This question is worth $1,100, and it's open season.
In television, what was Bill Cosby's profession in The Cosby Show, which ran in the... And that's Poot.
He was a doctor.
I need specific.
Let's see. Doctor, children's doctor, pediatrician.
No, I'm sorry. Scott.
Surgeon?
No. John?
Obstetrician.
He was an obstetrician. $1,100 to John takes him to 8573. Next roll.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning. 5 and 3 for an 8.
And we're at free parking.
Oh boy.
It's another open-ended question to everybody. This one's worth $12.77, the jackpot and free parking.
All right, players. In sports, what NBA team won the most championships in the 1990s? Scott.
The Bulls.
The Chicago Bulls is correct. So that 1277 goes to you. You're at 2642. Next roll.
2 and 5 for a 7.
Ventnor Avenue.
All right, John, there's another question headed your way. It's worth 1150.
John, in geography, which two oceans are linked by the Panama Canal?
Can you repeat that again? You were breaking up, sir.
In geography, which two oceans are linked by the Panama Canal?
The Atlantic and the Pacific.
That is correct. 1150 to you. You're 9723. Next roll.
1-5 for a 9.
And we're at chance.
It's Chance. Oh my God. It's Chance.
All
That
right.
just made me wet.
This
Yeah.
this chance card says advance to the nearest utility. So we are going to race around to Electric Company. We did pass go for $200 a player.
And that's it. Just go to the utility.
Huh?
That was it. It was just go to the utility.
Well, we've landed on it, so that would be the roll that got us to the chance card. So it's 900.
Okay. I was gonna say that was it. That was it. There's no other texts. All right. So 900 on the line. Here we go, players. Open season.
All right, players. What U.S. city is credited with inventing the psychedelic sound? John.
San Francisco.
San Francisco's correct. 900 to you. Takes you to 10,823. Next roll.
5 and 3 for an 8.
And we're back at free parking.
Well, the jackpot may have been wiped out, but there's still 500 we put back in. It's open season.
All right. Players, in movies, what was the first name of Humphrey Bogart's character in Casablanca? Poot.
Sam?
No, sorry. John.
Rick.
Rick is correct, and the $500 goes over to you. We put 500 more in there. You're at 11,323 next. And that sound means we have come to the end of our big money round. Let's see where we stand. Right now in third place is our green player, Scott Michaels, with $2,842. In second is our red player, Poot McVay, with $5,825. And in first place is our gold player, John Bergman, who has $11,323. This is where we're going to take our final commercial break of the evening. And when we return, we're going to have sold back all of those upgrades. We're going to hand the money out to those players and find out who's going to move on to go once around the block for actually up to $80,000 right here on Monopoly Night in America. Back here on Monopoly. Whew, man, that was one hell of a big money round, and it has led us to this point. Let's find out what happens. As always, we start with our player that came out of that last round in third place, our green player, Scott Michaels. He had $2,842. Unfortunately, he still doesn't have a damn thing to his name, so he finishes tonight with $2,842. Next, we go to our player that was in second, Poot McVay, our current champion. He had $5,825. When we sell back all of his upgrades, he was able to net an additional, and
$32.50.
Yep, I was going to say I made a tiny little error in my math, but that's fixable. Okay. And we add that $32.50 to his total, and he finishes tonight with $9,075. And finally, we go over to our gold player, the player that was in first, John Bergman. He had $11,323. When we sell back all of his upgrades, he nets an additional $2,250. We add that to his total, and tonight he finishes with $13,573. John Bergman, you're our new champion on Monopoly. Congratulations. All right. Well, John, we will be back to talk with you here in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and go over. We'll talk with our green player first, Scott Michaels. Scott, you come in third tonight, $2,842. And while that's not a bad total, I think we can just simply look back at what happened in the acquisition phase, and you were unfortunately just steamrolled.
Yeah. I couldn't find the gas pedal until very late this last round. Obviously, that was too little too late, but still had fun. Glad I got this much out of the hole after being in there, I think, negative 700 at one point. Just massive applaud to Poot Seffi for his run. Massive applaud as well to John for winning it with as much as he did. And yeah, I'll be back whether that is before season's over or if that is tournament champions.
Well, hey, here's the good news. That $2,842, especially after you have hung around in the negatives for a while, you are going to get to keep that amount. It's going to go over into your season total, which now takes you up for the season to $46,352, and you are still currently solid in fourth place overall.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here, and of course, we still have another 5 episodes left to go here on the regular season, and I have a feeling, if I know you, we're going to see you back at least once more.
I'll make an attempt at it because, end of the day, I do love Monopoly. It honestly is one of my favorite game shows here. So, yeah, I will try my best to be back.
All right. Well, we will see you then, ladies and gentlemen, one more time there for Scott Michaels. Great player. And I know that we will see him back here again because I don't think he can sit out that long. Next, we now go over, and it's time for us to memorialize now our former champion. He won 7 games in a row. He still was able to pull in a very impressive $9,075 tonight. Poot, man, you went back and forth. That right there, we talk about the 3 minutes for championship fight. That was a heavyweight fight right there. That was Foreman and Ali easily.
Oh, easily, exactly. I was just going to say before I say anything else, bring in the moving van. I need to get my stuff out of here.
At this point, I'm pretty sure that we should retire the red podium. You know,
We'll call it the Crimson Podium next week.
yes, I've heard of riding something and putting it away wet, but at this point, that thing has either been tsunamied or it's dry as a desert. But yeah, that was. You know I have now been here as a part of MVG Productions for just over 4 years. It just amazes me that I've been here that long. But, and I can say that is absolutely, in my time, it has to be top 5, if not top 3, performances on, or strings, I guess I should say, in any game show in MVG. The only one that comes to mind that it outdoes it is, of course, Jason Meyer's streak on Tic-Tac-Doe. But yeah, just fantastic job there. That $9,075, that's going to go into your season total, which you didn't quite make it to 900K. You finish up with us here at $895,276. But I have a feeling, especially with what you just that little side that you made, you're probably going to try to come back before season's end to see if you can't push that thing over 900K.
Maybe, like I said, we'll see. But then again, considering how many episodes I've already been on this season alone, maybe I might want to rest up until the Tournament of Champions too. But we'll find out how that goes.
We will definitely find out. And barring a miracle, first place is probably going to wind up being yours. So if we don't see you back, you will get to be thinking about when we get to the episode 25, who you are looking at potentially picking as your opponents that you will go up against in the Tournament of Champions. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking us on the ride of a lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time for Scott Poot McVay. And I think we can officially say now the Poot has left the butthole. Well, ladies and gentlemen, bow down to the king as John Bergman has slayed the dragon. Well, I guess we could call you the Dragon Slayer. $13,573. Just it's even more amazing when you look back. Just a few episodes back in episode 17, you went up against Seffi. You were only able to get $2,750. You came in third place, didn't put up much of a fight. And tonight you came in here and easily you went balls to the wall.
I still can't believe that happened. I mean, we all know he's amazing player. You know, he's fantastic. And for me to beat him, it's
okay.
Once
Well,
again, I still can't believe it.
Yeah. So you did one hell of a job. You should be very proud of yourself. Right now, before we even go into the bonus game, your now season total is up to $20,388, and you have now leapfrogged both Joshua Rutan and Travis Coulter to where you now hold 6th place overall. And here's the good news. You have a chance to win a whole lot more money and a chance to potentially get into the top 3 as we get ready to go once around the block. All right, John. Well, as I referenced, you have got a real opportunity to do some damage here on the leaderboard as we get into our bonus game, the once around the block bonus round. John, we're going to give you 5 rolls to try to make your way all around this board. Okay, all the way from go and back once again. Of course, if you roll doubles anytime, we'll give you extra rolls. For every space that you make it around the board, we'll give you $100. Goes into the center jackpot. You can walk away with it anytime, or if you use up all your rolls, you get to walk away with it. But we can't make it just that simple for you. We've got to add some go to jail spaces. including the one that's already in the upper right-hand corner. So we're going to put one on 2nd Street, one on 3rd Street, and two on 4th Street. And we can't make it that easy. So, John, where would you like to put your one on 2nd Street between St. Charles Place and New York Avenue?
St. James Place.
St. James? All right. Where would you like to put the one on 3rd Street between Kentucky Avenue and Marvin Gardens?
Ventnor Avenue.
All right. Ventnor Avenue. And now we need to put 2 on 4th Street between Pacific Avenue and Boardwalk.
Okay, let's go for Pennsylvania Avenue.
Pennsylvania.
And luxury tax.
And the luxury tax. All right, we have got in place. Now, John, we talked about what you can do to the leaderboard. We have not had our jackpot one in the last few weeks. So if you are able to make it all the way around the board and go past the go, you are going to walk away tonight with not $25,000, but with $40,000 extra to your name. And if you can make it and become, I believe it would now be the 3rd person ever to land exactly on go, we are going to let you walk out of here with $80,000, which will actually put you into 3rd place overall and into one of the positions where you get to draft the players you would face in the tournament. So that's a lot of cash you can win there, John. I know we've got our rock and roller over here ready. You see the red button right there. Whenever you're ready, you'll be able to hit it. We've got it fired up. Let's go once around the block. John, you tell us when to stop it.
Now.
6 and 3 for a 9.
All right, that's going to add $900 into our center jackpot. You have 4 rolls remaining, John. You can walk away right now or continue on. If you continue on, your bad roll is a 7, and we know that is the highest frequency roll in the game. So, John, do you continue on and take that risk, or is it time to just walk away?
No fear, no guts. I'm going to show with my butt. Let's go for it.
All right, let's do it. All right, rock and roller's fired up. Tell us when to hit that red button. Now, here we go.
2 and 5 for a 7.
John, no. Hey, Faye, you get no money.
Yeah.
Well, Bar Brady has stopped another player from winning his money in the jackpot. So that means next week, of course, in our next game, the bonuses will be going up to $45,000 and $90,000 in the jackpot. But of course, John, you're not walking away empty-handed tonight. You still have your $13,573, and it's got to feel good knowing that you took down one of the strongest players Monopoly has ever seen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to say to both Scott, fantastic game. Really, I mean, it was good.
Well, John, of course, we are going to see you back here again next time in episode 21 to defend that championship against 2 new players. So we will see you then.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, Poot finally was pushed on out.
And to be honest, the way the board was laid out, I honestly thought Poot was going to get win number 8. But how many times do we have a champion win the thing with less properties than the actual champion? It's not often.
Yeah, it really isn't. I will actually say it's interesting that you thought that Seffi was set up to probably win that one. While I thought money-wise, he definitely had the advantage since he had more monopolies. But I really liked where John's placements were.
Oh, yeah.
They always seem to be really...
That was the cream of the crop there.
Yeah, really high-frequency hits. But there was also that thing, there was a couple opportunities that Sethi had on some of the really big high dollar properties that he just was not able to convert on. And ultimately that led us to John Bergman as our new champion.
Somebody look outside to see if there's a full moon out in the sky.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but as I said,
still, kudos to John for that one. Holy hell!
Absolutely, he deserves every bit of it.
In my personal opinion, a lot of it, half of it was luck. If you know what I mean. So,
well, hey, at the end of the day, yes, there's a lot of luck to the dice, but there's a lot of knowledge to be had. And Dylan makes a very good point out in the live chat. He talks about, again, no hostile takeovers tonight. That right there, we say how that can change the game in an instant. It really can. And nothing tonight. We've had weeks to where there's been 4 or 5 hostile takeovers. And tonight was one of those rare nights to where we didn't see that railroad the first time.
Yeah, and the dice just weren't having it as far as hostile takeovers were concerned. It's like, no, we're going to play the long game on this one.
You're right. But I see Robert Bishop says that I played a very good game in Jason's regular version of Definition. And I'm roughly assuming the episode that must have been, that has to be near the end of the regular season from season 1.
No, this is current season. Well, season 2.
Season 2. Okay. I was going to say, because I feel like I did play in season 1, but that was literally
the last episode of the regular season.
Yeah, I had literally just shown up in MVG at that point. Before that point, I don't even know that I really knew what in the hell Definition was. But yeah, I've also come to find out how amazing of a game it is. It's definitely the personality that I've got. And I could not have hoped for anything better than to now be able to be a part of the franchise now that it's expanded over into the After Dark variety.
Dark side.
Yes, we have definitely went to the dark side, and it's only going to get darker. So, you bring flashlights. Flashlights and fleshlights for everybody. But yeah, so I do a programming reminder. We have got, I know that it was said in the live chat over in YouTube tonight about how the Berrien Enright Cup would be returning to its Tuesday night slot. That is not the case. It will still be on Thursday this week. There may be a possibility you guys get an extra live stream this week, though, as long as the game makes, because it does take a good handful of people. And according to what Travis wants to do, in the part of the time slot where that would normally be tomorrow night is going to be Travis Coulter's hit show Go, for those of you that remember that. And if we can get it going and he wants to, we might live stream that for you guys tomorrow night. But of course, we will definitely be back on Thursday night, normal time, 11:10 Central, for the next episode. I believe that'll be episode 18 of the Berrien Enright Cup, down to the last 3 episodes of that before we go into the Tower of Terror tournament. And then we will be back again on Sunday night for sure with Definition After Dark. Its 6th episode of the season. We'll be hitting the midway point of the season. And we will see on Friday night. At this point, I have not decided on anything as far as another episode of Monopoly. We'll see. It's very possible you may not see us back until next Monday night. We've done a little bit of the catching up that we need to do, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for all the support that you give us. We could not ask for more. I do sit here, no matter, even if I'm reading questions, I glance ever so often over at my phone, and to see that we normally hang anywhere between 10 and 20 people in the live chat, you guys just continue to support us, and it means the world to us. So please continue to do that. Tell some people about it if you get the opportunity, and we will continue to press forward and give you this content that we know that you guys want. So make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. We really want to get Mr. Scruggs up to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, if at all possible. And of course, ring that bell for notifications so you know when the next video is going live, regardless if we told you about it or not, because there's constantly stuff coming out of MVG Productions. And there's, of course, going to be more, because we are pushing our content creators here to continue to put out the great content that's put out here each and every week. But it is time for us to get out of here. And of course, I think very lightly I can hear the band working on the national anthem in the background. I wonder which one it'll be this week. But as always, for Jason Myers, I'm Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you back here next time for another Monopoly Night in America. Until then, take care, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, as the final buzzer sounds and the lights dim on another exciting day, we bid farewell here at MVG Productions, broadcasting from the heart of Sylva, North Carolina. Today we've seen contestants triumph, puzzles unravel, and fortunes change. We hope our game shows brought you thrills, laughter, and maybe a few nail-biting moments. Thank you for being a part of our audience, supporting us, and recognizing the vision of Brandon Scruggs, who owns and operates MVG Productions. Until next time, we leave you with our national anthem. Good night.
They grabbed him by the balls, or the jewels.